This is no ordinary moment. No coincidence. No glitch in the algorithm. You didn't just stumble onto this message. You were summoned. Something sacred is unfolding. Something hidden from the eyes of the world, but written clearly in the language of destiny. And now a card never meant to exist, one outside the known arcana, has revealed itself, and it bears your future. Don't scroll away if you're seeing this, chosen one. It's no accident. A shift is already in motion. Not tomorrow. Not next month. Now. God has placed you in the center of a divine transformation, one that transcends logic and reason. You've been anticipating change, praying for breakthrough, aching for something more. And guess what? It's here. But it's bigger than you thought. It will shock you. Shake everything you believed about who you are and why you're here. Because you've entered a new reality. One where dreams manifest, prayers are answered, and nothing remains the same. This mysterious tarot card, the one not found in any deck, represents a truth no one else could hold. It represents you, the one outside the system, the unexpected key to a destiny greater than fate itself. But here's the truth, chosen one. This transformation isn't automatic. It requires your acceptance. The blessings, the abundance, the purpose, they're ready. But are you? This is your moment, your invitation, your test. Stop everything before we go into this startling discovery. Right now, do these 3 actions. Press the like button. Transmit this message to the cosmos. Help us achieve 70,000 subscribers by subscribing. Put the code 99 in the comments to increase the impact of this moment. Your spirit will not allow you to exit this video until the end if you are genuinely a chosen one. What you do next will determine your future. The change cannot be stopped. The growth is unavoidable. Your life is about to change forever, so prepare yourself. You felt a different way for a reason. Your path hasn't looked like everyone else's for a reason. You were selected, not forgotten. Your life has been prepared by God, even during the quiet and the hardship. This moment has always had your name on it. You didn't just happen to find yourself in it. Your divine appointment was the result of a larger plan that included every setback, disappointment, every door that didn't open. Those who are chosen are not typical. God has handpicked you to lead when others follow, to rise when others fall, and to bring light where darkness reigns. You have endured hardships in private, fought untold battles, and never given up. That is a sign of someone who is meant to be great, not weakness. The qualified are never called by God. He makes the called eligible. And you are about to enter a season that will demonstrate that you were picked for a purpose, dear soul. This is about divine harmony, not ego or ambition. A position that no one else can fill has been given to you. In secret, you have been ready to be exposed in public, and the moment has arrived. You are going to emerge from the ashes illuminated by God's favor after having passed through fire. Heaven already knows that you were picked for this moment, and the world is going to see it. No power on earth can halt a breakthrough when God commanded. Not failure, not fear, not other people's thoughts. What is ahead for you is not a possibility. Rather, it is a holy promise that the Creator Himself has sealed. You are entering a future that has been gradually developing, and it is now approaching with a fury that no one can stop or postpone. Consider rivers. Pressure increases while they're cursed. However, the deluge is swift and relentless once that dam bursts. You are precisely there. All of the locked doors, and stuck moments were just the result of pressure mounting in the background. The dam is now cracking, however. Your breakthrough, your healing, your elevation, it's coming in fast. It won't be subtle either. People will be unable to speak because it will be so large and obvious. This is the mandate of heaven, not hype. Creation reacts when God speaks. Your life is going to become proof of what occurs when God intervenes. And heaven is saying, it's time. Nothing that God has started can be stopped. It is impossible to halt what is about to happen. So prepare yourself. You will not only look different, but you will also feel different. Radiance, self-assurance, and strength are going to replace the burden of tension, the scars of hardship, and the fatigue in your eyes. You are being renewed from the inside out by God. Your metamorphosis will be so striking that others will gasp when they see you, just as the caterpillar turns into the butterfly. Your inner glow will come from inside, not from makeup or clothing. God is giving you back your vitality, happiness, and health. Your stance will shift. There will be greater authority in your speech, and people will respect you for being there. This is internal as well as outward. You'll walk differently now that you're aware of your standing and who you stroll with. And that's changing. You're going to move from being ignored to being overbooked, from being borrowed to being owned, and from requesting assistance to providing it. People who used to disregard you will now look to you for advice. Your response to the question, "What happened to you?" will be straightforward. God occurred. The change will be that profound. You have experienced storms that were invisible to others. Silent weeping nights. There were times when hope seemed like a faraway memory. But you persevered, perhaps not flawlessly, but faithfully through it all. God is aware of it. Every time you chose faith over fear, He witnessed it. Every time you prayed in a whisper when your heart was exploding. The test is now becoming a victory. God never puts us to the test for no reason. He also always receives a prize for His testing. To bear the burden of grandeur, you were polished in fire. Your suffering was preparation, not punishment. The prize is on its way now, in tranquility, favor, and purpose, not merely in monetary benefits. Doors that were previously locked will start to unlock. You will be pursued by opportunities. Divine alignment will occur in connections. It's harvest time for you. You persevered in watering the seeds of your faith. These seeds are now sprouting into uncontrollable benefits. Those who saw you struggle will now see you succeed. You were loyal, not because you made it happen. It's your turn now. The days of barely surviving are coming to an end. God is filling your life with plenty, not just monetarily, but also emotionally and physically. You are going to experience what it is like to be rich, motivated, and invigorated in every aspect of your life. Not only will your money account increase, but so will your ability to lead, contribute, and live. God is also restoring health, which is prosperity. Chronic tiredness, insomnia, and inexplicable illnesses are all disappearing from your body. There is a mending happening on a divine level. Your thoughts, your energy, your cells, all of it is being regenerated. You'll feel more lively, lighter, and stronger than you've felt in years when you wake up. And riches? It won't happen by chance. It will happen by God's grace. Unexpected possibilities, creative ideas, and miraculous connections will begin to appear. You will go from surviving to flourishing, for the benefit of others, not just yourself. Because God is crushed down, shaken together, and running over as He bestows blessings. Ever seen someone go from unknown to unstoppable in the blink of an eye? Your tale is about to begin. Human timescales don't apply to divine changes. You will do what others took years in a matter of months. Your new normal will be something that previously seemed unattainable. You will know it was God's hand, even though the world would call it luck. Although they occur abruptly, shifts are never random. This has all been prearranged by God. Your tale is about to pick up speed, much like the journey of Joseph from jail to palace or David from shepherd to king. If doors open more quickly than you anticipated, don't be shocked. When your email is inundated with offers, when people start listening all of a sudden, there will be no denying this change. Your effect, influence, and visibility will increase. It will be a public victory, not simply a personal one. What's the greatest part? Nothing will need to be forced. You'll only enter what is already yours. The change has here, and you will advance quickly. People will be perplexed by your amazing metamorphosis. Some will doubt it. Others will question it. They'll claim that this isn't possible. However, this is because they only saw the final result and not the process. They missed the lonely valleys, the quiet prayers, and the restless nights. They doubt the tree now that the fruit is visible. However, your development was for God's glory, not for their approval. Don't give up when others start to doubt you. Others' doubts about things they are unable to explain are normal. Even Joseph's brothers were unable to identify him when he became the ruler of Egypt. Even those closest to you may not comprehend how thorough your glow-up will be. However, that's okay. You weren't intended to remain in the background throughout your life. You were supposed to get up. Additionally, some individuals need to see your promise before they can comprehend your approach. Instead of becoming frustrated, use the doubts as motivation. Every inquiry about your accomplishments is only an additional chance to invoke God. Let them ponder. Let them make assumptions. What God is doing in you will speak louder than any rumor. So your only task is to keep rising, shining, and marching with purpose. Until they see it, they won't believe it. They may not comprehend it even after that. When people are unable to explain a favor, they prefer to attribute it to chance. Your ascent, however, will be divine rather than fortunate. This is deliberate. Luck is random. The resources that are going to pour into your life, the individuals who are about to call, or the doors that are about to open cannot be explained by luck. This is God's perfect timing playing out in front of your eyes. It's not a coincidence. Consider Esther. She was at the palace for a reason, not simply because she happened to be there. When it comes to God, timing is everything. He is aware of the best times to launch, prepare, and conceal you. For a long time, you could have felt invisible, but that was a kind of protection rather than punishment. The covering is coming off now, and now is your turn. Therefore, don't shrink back as life starts to pick up speed and blessings start to flow in. Recognize that it was never about chance and embrace it with courage. Heaven's timeline has this inscribed for you. In response to the question, how did this all happen so fast? You might grin and respond, this was God's timing, not mine. Gaining influence is more important than just gaining followers. Genuine influence, the sort that transforms lives, influences society, and stirs people. Your voice, your narrative, and your presence are being elevated to a leadership level by God, not for fame, but for impact. You are being positioned as a guide during a period of chaos, and as a light in a dark world. The foundation of leadership is surrender, not a stage. You've also given up a lot. You've maintained your ground when it would have been simpler to fit in, spoken the truth when it hurt you, and taken the lead when no one else did. God is going to respect that now. Your presence will be acknowledged, your words will have impact, and your narrative will strike a chord. Because God has prepared you, you will be ready when others turn to you for answers. It's not pride that has caused your social standing to change. It has to do with purpose. The purpose of your upbringing is to serve, not to be idolized. The bridge that gives people hope will be your elevation, because people would think that God can do the same for them after seeing what He accomplished for you. You're being raised to lead, not merely ascending. There will be events in your life that only one word can adequately describe: God. Just supernatural power. No hustling, no networking, no plan. Your brain will spin from the startling wonders He is going to do. The type of miracles that, in a single day, transform whole lives. You're about to enter a season like that. Do you recall the night Peter spent fishing, and without catching anything? The nets were immediately overflowing once Jesus intervened. That is God's way. Nothing is working 1 minute, and then everything is working for you. Not because of your actions, but rather because of the person who intervened on your behalf. Such an excess is going to happen to you. Prepare for heavenly reversals. There will be plenty where there was none. There will be health where there was illness. There will be speed where there was a wait. And nothing can remain the same as He moves. So when others ask how, you'll only be able to respond, God. They're restoring your youth. Certainly not only physically, but also psychologically, emotionally, and spiritually. The burden you have been bearing, it's becoming lighter. Your body and spirit are being given new life by God. You'll have more energy when you wake up. Peace will emanate from your face. You'll laugh again. You'll flourish, not just get by. You can find examples everywhere you look. Individuals in their 40s who appear to be 25 years old. Those who triumph over adversity and illness with joy in their eyes. That's divine restoration, not skincare or supplements. When God has an impact on your life, that is what occurs. And He's currently touching yours. You will feel more alive, lighter, and more liberated than you have in years. You won't return to your former self. You're entering the most vibrant, grounded, and alive version of yourself that you've ever been. Vitality is the key here, not vanity. God is restoring your body, soul, and spirit to wholeness. Others will be in awe of the blessings you are about to experience. Your life will speak for itself, not because you brag. People will see God's goodness in you and not need to be persuaded. Your success, happiness, and serenity will all point to the source. You've fought, and now you've won. Testimonies aren't created in comfort. They're born in battle. Not only did I survive, but I also emerged stronger, better, and blessed, so you'll be able to say, I went through that and I made it. Your story will inspire others in addition to inspiring admiration. Without a microphone, your life will be a sermon. You'll enter spaces and change the mood. People will listen to you when you speak. God's proof is carried by your presence, not because you're noisy. You are more than a mere believer. You are a live, breathing example of change. Though you never were, you felt forgotten. God is aware of your name, needs, and sorrows. You were never forgotten by Him. Not for a moment. How much more will He care for you if He feeds the birds and dresses the flowers? You're not just any old person. You will always be remembered and cherished by God. In the forest, it's easy to feel invisible. Even so, God was faithfully and silently supplying. He shielded you from dangers that you were unaware of. Even when you didn't comprehend the present, He protected your future. And now, armed rather than empty, He is taking you out. The everlasting God is now fully remembering you. And things quickly alter once He recalls. Doors open. You are found by favor. The healing process starts. Because the Maker never forgets what He has made. And the time for you to be remembered has come. People will want to know why you changed. Your leadership, your accomplishment, and your radiance. They will demand the formula and ask, what's your secret? However, there won't be one, since effort alone won't be sufficient to describe what's about to happen in your life. Grace is the only way to describe it. You will have the opportunity to witness, not to brag, but to encourage. It will sow seeds in hearts when you say, it was God. I couldn't have done this on my own. People will start to believe once again, hope once again, dream once again, because they will be moved by your narrative. When strangers approach you for guidance, support, or mentoring, don't be shocked if they start to open up. In addition to rising, you are asked to guide others on their own path. There will be no denying what is going on in your life. Be prepared to respond honestly and modestly when they ask. God provided for me in this way. He can also do it for you. It's not a far-off dream. It is a fact of the moment. It's no longer your time. It's here. The rising is not what you're waiting for. It includes you. Don't think twice. Don't doubt your worthiness. Don't question what is obviously yours. Embrace it. Accept it. Give it your all and rise to the occasion. The old you will attempt to suppress the new you at certain times. Don't shrink, however. Through faith, fire, and ferocious tenacity, you have earned this season. It's time to take a step into the light, to move like someone who has been chosen, because you have, and to walk as if you know you are favored. The future is not yet here. It's happening right now, one step at a time. May you keep in mind that you were created for this, anointed for this, and called for this as you enter it. This is your ascent, and it will not be stopped. Some individuals saw your struggle and secretly rejoiced. There were others who questioned your purpose, who muttered behind your back, and who wished you would remain down forever. Now, however, they will watch as God raises you up before them, as a witness, not as retaliation. For a reason, God sets a table in front of your adversaries, not behind their backs, not in secret, but right in front of them. They won't be able to stop it once they see. God's next move in your life will be so clear-cut and indisputable that even your adversaries will have to acknowledge it. Even though people may not applaud you, they will have to acknowledge God's influence in your life. The weight of God's favor will cause every word they spoke against you to fall apart. They'll see the identical individual they rejected enter the spaces they were barred from. Recall that Jesus overcame adversity to accomplish miracles. He healed, delivered, and raised the dead, and the Pharisees saw it all. They planned, yet they were unable to stop it. You are surrounded by that same heavenly power. God is demonstrating to the world and your adversaries that what He has already blessed cannot be cursed. So let them observe. Let them ponder. To rise, you don't need their approval. You can never rely on their help. You are pursuing a heavenly mission. The prosperity God is going to unleash in your life will quiet the same people who shouted against you. Your name wasn't known for a purpose. Why you were not in the spotlight? Why did doors seem to be delayed? It wasn't a penalty. It served as defense. God was keeping you hidden so that your potential wouldn't be shown too soon. He was secretly getting you ready for an unquestionably wonderful public release. A seed is concealed underground when it is sown. However, it is when the true development takes place. The hiding season is now gone. God is going to make you known. In strength, not in weakness. Not in pieces, but in its whole. Your voice, your abilities, and your mission. They're going to show up in unexpected ways. You'll emerge triumphant, not simply noticeable. Not only observed, but anointed. Consider Moses. Before he became a deliverer, he was concealed inside the palace. Consider David. Before he was crowned king, he was concealed in fields. The time they spent in hiding was a divine prelude to the momentous revelation. The same holy pattern is being followed in your story. What heaven has been nurturing is about to be revealed to the world. Additionally, it won't be to wow when you're unveiled. It will have an effect. You're not going out to make a name for yourself. You're taking a leap into the future. Because of your rarity, you were concealed. And now that your timing is perfect, you're being exposed. Your share is glory. You weren't meant to be destroyed by the suffering. It comes to help you grow. It was intended to create a stronger version of you that could manage the blessing, not to shatter you. You shed tears. You engaged in combat. You asked God questions. You're going to see why the crushing had to happen before the calling. However, diamonds are formed under pressure. You were too. There was no punishment for you. They were purifying you. God was taking away what couldn't go with you. The loneliness, heartache, and betrayal were all instruments in the potter's toolbox. Tools that strengthened your faith, developed your endurance, and increased your leadership potential. You were really being equipped by what you believed to be breaking you. You'll see the purpose born out of agony in retrospect. Wisdom, insight, and heavenly authority are now being produced by the same things that formerly caused tears. You've lived what you preach, so you'll talk with authority. Because you experienced what it's like to fall and rise gracefully, you will walk in humility. Don't curse the suffering, then. I'm grateful for the preparation. Each scar has strengthened you. Your testimony has been strengthened by each challenge. God calls what humans call lost launching. You're about to enter a season when the wait was worthwhile and the suffering makes sense. You have been waiting for a long time. While you remained trapped, you saw others sprint forward. However, it was only because divine acceleration, not human timing, was necessary for your blessing. What should have taken years will be completed in months by God. Additionally, it won't make sense when He speeds you up. It will be a miraculous experience. The time to catch up is now. Everything that seemed like a delay, all the wasted time, all the squandered opportunities. On your behalf, God is compressing time. You're going to go from stuck to flying in one heavenly moment, much like Joseph, who was imprisoned for years before being elevated to second in command overnight. Permission is not required for acceleration. God's command is all that is required, and everything begins to line up when He says to move. Clarity, favor, connections, and resources. When you obey, they will catch up to you. You won't have to pursue or hustle. Heaven itself will seem to be pulling you on. This goes beyond a simple breakthrough. It's a miracle that saves time. After a year, you won't even remember the life you had before. We're restoring the years the enemy took. And you won't remember you ever waited because of what's about to happen. Your power is going to grow, but not out of selfishness. Developing a fan base is not the goal. The goal is to establish the kingdom. People will assemble around you because of the person you carry, not because of who you are. People are yearning for hope and eager for the truth, and your life will be the light that attracts them. Don't be shocked if you begin to attract notice. Your narrative will inspire, your words will have impact, and your presence will be calming. Being popular won't be the focus. It will be about God placing us in a position to change lives and touch hearts. Favor satisfies, fame fades. Jesus attracted large audiences because he offered hope, knowledge, and healing, not because he was fashionable. You are being awakened in that same anointing. Online or in person, your platform will be an altar. People will come for interactions rather than entertainment. And accountability comes along with that influence. Remain grounded. Remain modest. It's not about you, remember. What God is doing through you is the main focus. Your crown is not the crowd. You're meant to do this. Additionally, you're being promoted for a reason greater than fame. The ones that mocked at your aspirations, ignored you, and disregarded you, they're going to see you promoted. And they won't be able to dispute their mistake once they see what God performs in your life. They were protecting themselves by rejecting. It will now, however, serve as evidence of what occurs when God defends his chosen. Don't harbor resentment. Be brave. You don't need retribution. You need revelation. The exact platforms they refused you access to, God would ask you to lead on them. The very individuals who stated you wouldn't make it. They'll see you stroll in rooms they're still yearning for. Think about David again. God picked him despite his father forgetting him and his brothers rejecting him. The same people who doubted him were forced to revere him when he vanquished Goliath. Your tale is about to undergo the same change. You will soon surpass the expectations of those who claimed you were too much, too broken, or not enough. Additionally, your life will speak for you without you having to say, "I told you so." Every doubt will be silenced by your success, and their rejection will become admiration in the most surprising manner. You can shake atmospheres without shouting. Whether you speak loudly or softly, your voice will start to matter. Authority is what gives you power, not volume. Additionally, your words will no longer be meaningless since you have experienced the fire. The holy presence will be all around them. In certain situations, you won't even have to talk. Your quiet will be more powerful than your words. Just your presence will move hearts, disarm tension, and change rooms. It isn't charisma. Anointing is what it is, and it will rise throughout the course of your lifetime. When you do speak, your voice will sound to some like a trumpet and to others like a bomb. Because knowledge will guide your words, both comfort and correction will come from the same lips. What formerly seemed like trivial chat will now become prophetic revelation. Even casual interactions will have effect. You're not only speaking to people's ears, you are addressing their spirits. And because your voice is no longer exclusively yours, people will sense it. It is God's transformational tool. Make strong use of it. Make judicious use of it. And use it to his advantage. You will soon be a live, breathing example of God's favor. Your life will serve as an example of how excess meets obedience. Your success won't be a secret if you're the kind of person who others look up to and say, "If God did it for them, he can do it for me." There will be a message. Favor is given freely, it is not earned. And God is pouring it out in waves over you. You're opening doors you didn't knock on. You're discovering blessings that you didn't ask for. It's because of your positioning, not because you're flawless. God wants to set an example of what occurs when someone remains loyal. This isn't about bragging rights. It's about becoming a blueprint. Others will examine your narrative. They will read your books, hear what you have to say, and walk in your footsteps, not to worship you, but to learn what faith can do. Prepare yourself. Take responsibility. A prize is not favor. It's a tool. Additionally, God is using your life to tell everyone that He still works with misfits to accomplish miracles. You've spent too much time in just enough housing. God is unleashing supply and blotting out need. The economy of heaven is poised to surpass the constraints of earth. Open doors, divine relationships, and unexpected wealth are not just dreams. Your life is going to experience some faith-related truths. You will now take the lead where you previously lacked. You will now bless where you once pleaded. God is providing for your aspirations as well as your necessities. Previously unthinkable projects will now be funded. Now, visions that were put on hold because they were too expensive will be financed by supernatural means. Your past will no longer dictate your future. You're not reliant on men anymore. You are relying on the riches of heaven. Furthermore, God is eternal. Prepare to bring back all of your ideas and blueprints that you put on hold due to financial constraints. This provision is come for legacy, not luxury. You will joyfully establish enterprises, finance ministries, and assist families. Because plenty is your part and lack was never. You believed your dream was too lofty. Perhaps you were being unrealistic, you thought. God is now demonstrating to you, however, that they were not arbitrary ideas. The Creator Himself placed those heavenly blueprints in your heart, and they're going to come to life soon. There was a reason behind every concept, every vision, and every inspirational experience. It wasn't a work of fiction. It was a foresight. Your future was being revealed by God in fragments. He's now assembling the parts. The next step on your path is what appeared impossible to do. Imagine Noah constructing an ark in the absence of rain. To everyone else, the dream seemed to be insane, but it was planning. You've been made fun of, misinterpreted, and perhaps even made fun of. Now, however, the timing of your dreams is divine. Vision is on the verge of catching up with reality. So take out those notebooks once again. Put such plans on hold. They weren't crazy dreams. They served as confirmation. It's time to construct what heaven has downloaded into your spirit. For years, you have kept your word. Over your life, prophetic words that seemed postponed, forgotten, or even unattainable were delivered. They're coming to life now, however, in actual time, not simply in theory. What used to be a far-off word is now an actual thing. Right before your eyes, the things you previously thought were only possible are beginning to come to pass. God never speaks in vain. He meant it when He spoke of healing, restoration, abundance, and elevation. It was a not yet. The waiting period wasn't a no. Now the heavens clock is striking now. Things are starting to line with what God told you long ago, and you're going to see His word come to pass. It's similar to witnessing a seed sprout. Although it appeared as though nothing was occurring, roots were developing beneath the surface. It was taking shape. It's time for the manifestation, the flowering, the sprouting. All of the promises you held onto while crying are going to materialize in happiness. God keeps track of everything, He says. People will question how you became blessed so quickly, but they weren't there while you were clinging to a divine whisper.